A sitting Speaker of the House, gunned down in her own doorway, her husband murdered beside her, and the family dog executed for barking. Yet the man accused of it all still hasn't faced a single day in state court. That chilling reality is exactly what Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty confronted head-on Thursday afternoon when she strode to the podium and announced a sweeping grand jury indictment against 42-year-old Vance Boelter. The sealed presentment, now unsealed, reads like a crime novel outline. 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder, 4 counts of attempted first-degree murder, felony animal cruelty, and the legally bizarre twist of impersonating a peace officer. Let's unpack what each charge actually means for anyone new to Minnesota's criminal code. First-degree premeditated murder, 2 counts. 1 for Speaker Melissa Hortman, 1 for her husband Mark. In Minnesota, premeditation doesn't require days of plotting. The law says even a few seconds of reflection before pulling the trigger is enough. A conviction on either count triggers an automatic life sentence without parole. No ifs, ands, or maybes. Attempted first-degree murder, 4 counts. State Senator John Hoffman, his wife Yvette, their daughter Hope, and Representative Kristen Banner. The attempted label applies even though only John was physically wounded. Prosecutors argue the intent to kill all 4 was crystal clear. Felony cruelty to an animal. Prosecutors say Boelter shot the Hortman's golden retriever, Gilbert, after Mark ordered the dog to stay. Gilbert obeyed, sat silently, and was still shot, an act Moriarty called a gratuitous act of cruelty, layered on top of human tragedy. Impersonating an officer, Boelter allegedly drove a decommissioned Ford Crown Victoria outfitted with emergency lights, wore a fake badge, and even carried a counterfeit warrant book. Investigators found handwritten notes inside the car. Representative Bonner's name appeared multiple times with a star next to it. But here's where it gets controversial. Boelter has already pleaded not guilty to federal charges. Charges that could, in theory, send him to death row. Moriarty openly predicts Boelter won't appear in state court until the federal case is finished. Critics are already asking, why wait? If the state has jurisdiction and the evidence is solid, shouldn't victims' families see justice in the very courthouse where their loved ones once passed laws? Or is the county strategically letting the feds absorb the political heat of a potential death penalty trial? And this is the part most people miss, the timeline. June 14, 7:12 p.m., Boelter allegedly rings the Hortman's doorbell. Mark opens the door. Gilbert barks. Seconds later, gunfire. 7:31 p.m., Boelter drives to the Hoffman residence. Shots fired. John Hoffman is hit in the shoulder. 7:48 p.m., Boelter arrives at Representative Bonner's Maple Grove home. Ringing the bell. Flashlight beam. This is the police. No answer. Bonner and her family were on vacation. Investigators later found her name starred in the fake squad car notebook. Each stop was captured on doorbell and traffic cameras, prosecutors say, stitching together a digital breadcrumb trail that left jurors little room for doubt. Moriarty ended her statement with a line that's already lighting up social media. The damage done to the victims, those with us, those taken from us, and to our entire community, has opened wounds that will never heal. Some listeners heard compassion, others heard political theater. Which side are you on? Now, the questions I'm leaving on the table. First, should Minnesota abolish the death penalty so state and federal timelines don't collide like this? 2, does charging someone for killing a pet trivialize human loss, or does it rightly acknowledge every layer of harm? 3, if you were in Representative Bonner's shoes, would you want the county to push forward immediately, or wait for the federal case to finish? Drop your take in the comments. Agree, disagree, or land somewhere in between. The conversation is far from over.